What is going on YouTube, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be taking you through my morning routine. Now this is an updated morning routine because I was looking back on one of my first videos, which I posted 2 years ago, I think as of like November 1st. And it was my 3 a.m. morning routine. And in the entire time that I've been uploading and doing this YouTube thing, that is like the #1 watched video and the #1 video that I get the most questions about. So I figured, you know what, it's been 2 years. Let me update my 3 a.m. morning routine because it obviously has changed in the past 2 years. And then also update you guys on all the things that I answered in the first video. So if you guys haven't watched the first video, go back, watch the first 3 a.m. video, and then watch this one. But first off, obviously I still wake up at 3 a.m. Now the #1 question I always get asked is, what does my routine look like the night before? What time do I usually go to bed? Last night I hopped in bed at 8:30, didn't fall asleep until about 9 o'clock. So usually I am in bed by 8:30 or 9 o'clock at the latest. I would love to be in bed at 8. However, due to obviously having a wife and daughter, nightly routines doesn't really allow me to get in bed every single night at 8. And to be honest, I don't really want to get in bed at 8 o'clock because then I miss out on time with my wife and daughter. That being said, alarm clock goes off at 3 o'clock in the morning. First thing I always do is weigh myself. I weigh myself every single day. This is something that I used to not do, but now I weigh myself just to hold myself accountable every single day. Once that is done, I go in, make my pre-workout because I obviously need some caffeine. My pre-workout usually consists of a carb powder and then some type of caffeine because it is 3 o'clock in the morning. And just like everybody else out there, I get tired. Once I'm done with that, change, come out here, and then this is something that changed. I used to read my devotional and my Bible as I stretched inside. Now I am very intentional about my step count throughout the day. So the reason why I now walk on the treadmill and read my Bible and my daily devotional and my personal development is because I'm trying to hit a step goal. So I'm trying to knock out as much as I can prior to getting to work. Now I hop on the treadmill and then I walk at a 2.5 speed at a 3 incline. As I'm doing that, the first thing I do is I read my daily devotional like I said, and then I'm doing right now the Bible in the year plan, which I'm almost done. I've actually started at the beginning of the year and I'm very happy with. I'm actually gonna make it all the way through. And then that usually takes me about 20 minutes, and then I read a personal development book for about 20 minutes too. So all in all, it's about 40 minutes, which allows me to get 40 minutes of steps in as I'm sipping my pre-workout, and then obviously the pre-workout's about to kick in. Now the #1 question I always get asked is, why do I wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning? And I'm not saying that you need to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. However, I have to start work at 8:15. I like to get to work about an hour early just so I'm not rushed. And I realized that if I try to push it to 8:15, I hit traffic, which increases stress. I'm running late, which increases stress. So to eliminate all that stress, I like to get to work at about 7:15, so an hour. That way I can walk in, I'm not rushed, and it allows me to kind of adjust for that first hour before I'm actually even on the clock. Now, just like you, when my alarm clock goes off at 3 o'clock in the morning, I do not want to wake up. However, I know that if I don't work out, I'm gonna have to do it when I get off work. And the reason why I do it in the morning is that way when I get off work, I do not have to focus on working out. I don't have to focus on doing my cardio. I don't have to focus on doing anything because I know I've been doing this for long enough that life happens. So if I get home from work, I'm tired, I sit down on the couch, I start playing with my daughter, start talking to my wife. Next thing you know, it's like 5 o'clock, it's about dinner time, and I'm like, yeah, I don't really want to work out anymore. And I know personally that I won't. So in order to hold myself accountable and make sure that I'm hitting my fitness goals, it's not non-negotiable. I have to be up at 3 o'clock in order to get my workout in. Because right now, I have a lot that I'm training for. I'm training for the Spartan Trifecta, and in about 2 weeks, I'm actually gonna do the 4x4x48. So that's what I'm gonna be preparing for in this video today. So as the video progresses, I'll give you guys some more tips and tricks of why and how to wake up early and what my morning routine looks like. But I'm already running a little bit late. It's currently 4:30 right now. So now I'm gonna jump into my leg workout. I'm gonna warm up, jump into my leg workout, and then I got some cardio. So let's get started. Okay, so a couple things to recap that I forgot to mention when I was talking about my morning routine. So one of the things I also do as soon as I wake up is I drink water. I have noticed that this helps me feel a little bit more awake and alert. If you are sleeping, your body runs on water, and if you don't have water, you start to feel lethargic, tired. What I have found, and which really has been making a difference, is when I wake up, I'll drink as much water as I can handle. Room temperature water. If it's cold water, it's harder for me to like chug it. So I'll do warm temperature water, or room temperature water, and that allows me to drink probably more than 8 ounces just to kind of get everything going. Also, you probably see me after each set, I'm kind of walking in circles. It's not like I'm pacing or anything, but again, I'm very intentional with my step count right now. So a lot of people are asking how I hit 20,000 steps a day or anything like that. I get a good amount of steps in between sets. So instead of sitting down, I'll be walking around, it usually gets me about another 1,000 steps, sometimes 1,500 steps. So that's another trick you could do. Now, a lot of people will tell me they've been trying to wake up at 3 o'clock, or they've been trying to wake up earlier than they're used to, but they're struggling with it. And I'll tell you guys the same thing I tell every single one of them, okay? First things first, you gotta have a goal, right? So every time I'm waking up, it's not like I'm waking up to go work out. I'm waking up to train because I got some type of event that I'm signed up for. Like right now, I'm preparing for the 4x4x48, and then in January, I got the Spartan Trifecta, but I just finished the Deca Mile, the Deca Strong, and typically, this entire year, there has not been a single workout that I've not been training for. And I mentioned that before, there's a difference between working out and training. When you're training for something, at least me personally, I feel like I'm a lot more intentional, and I have something holding me accountable. If I'm not signed up for anything, whether it be a race, a Spartan race, anything, you guys should, I highly recommend you guys sign up for something, put a date on the calendar, and then now you have a reason to wake up, not just to work out, because if it's me and I only have to work out but I don't have a deadline, chances are I'm probably not going to work out. So that's tip number one, is make sure you're signed up for something, and make sure you're training for something. Make sure you're just not coming out or going to the gym just to work out. Even if it's like just to lose weight, make sure you have a date in mind, whether it be a wedding, whether it be a birthday party, whether it be something. Make sure you are very intentional about it. Once you have that, you have motivation, okay? And I've said it before, you're either motivated by the fear of pain or you're chasing pleasure. We'll take, for instance, the example of not wanting to wake up because your bed's very comfortable. So that alarm clock goes off. First of all, that's pain, okay? And as soon as you think about getting out of your comfortable, warm bed, that's more pain, right? So the comfort of staying in bed is your pleasure. That's motivating you. And the fear of the pain of getting out of bed is also motivating you to stay in that comfort zone. And I have given into that voice of average a lot. And I have given in and hit that snooze button and not worked out. And I've done it enough that as the day progresses, I have the pain of regret of not working out hanging over me all day. Now that's not that painful, but this is how I see it. In order to go back to bed and hit that snooze button and fall asleep, you're going towards pleasure. Well, that pleasure only lasts until you fall asleep. If you knock out quick, that's the pleasure of maybe 5 minutes, and then you sleep. You're not feeling pleasure while you sleep. When you wake up, you might be like, man, I feel well rested. So that might last another 10 minutes. So you're basically chasing the 15 minutes of pleasure and sacrificing, at least in my eyes, a full day of regret. Because when I do this entire 5-hour or whatever morning routine I do, one, I'm feeling pleasure the entire time I'm doing it. But as soon as I'm done, the pleasure's not done. because as I go through my day, I'm feeling the pleasure of knowing that I stuck to what I said I was gonna do. I woke up early, I was up before the enemy, I hit my step goal, I hit my macros, I hit my first meal, all that stuff. That is a crazy amount of pleasure that now I'm addicted to. And once you feel that pleasure enough, it becomes an addiction. So now I'm at the point where when my alarm clock goes off, I weigh out the options. All right, stay in bed and feel pleasure for about 10 minutes. If I do that, I'm gonna have pain for pretty much the rest of the day. And I'm gonna have pain of regret as soon as I wake up. I know I'm gonna be overrun with that pain of regret of like, why did I do that? I should have just worked out. So as soon as that alarm clock goes off, that's the battle that immediately comes up, and I start going back and forth. Connect too much pain to staying in bed that it just forces me to, now I'm chasing a different pleasure. Instead of laying in bed and chasing the pleasure of, oh, I'm comfortable, it's cold outside, like that's the pleasure. No, I'm chasing a whole different pleasure. So I have to get out of bed in order to get that pleasure. Now, I'm not saying it works every single time, but it has made a huge difference in helping me be able to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning every single day. So cardio is done. I did not do my 4 miles that it was called for due to the fact I am running late since I am filming. So I just ended up doing 2 miles. Again, this is zone 2. I'm preparing for the 4x4x48, which I'm about 2 weeks out from that. So I'm trying to build up my endurance. So as soon as I'm done with my cardio, one thing I like to do to bring my heart rate back down and kind of adjust to the stress I just put myself on, I like to stretch. So I'll choose about 6 stretches, mainly focused on my lower back and my hips, because that's where most people are usually the tightest, and I'm super tight. So I always choose about 6 exercises, and then I hold them in a static hold for about 2 minutes. So as soon as I'm done with this, that ice bath is waiting for me. But it's about 6:15 right now. Usually I finish my entire cardio at 6:15, and then I stretch for about, like I said, 12 to 14 minutes. So I'm just about done stretching. I'm gonna jump to this cold plunge. I just recently, like I said, added the cold plunge. I don't do it every single day, mainly because the ice has to freeze. So I usually do it Sundays, which Sundays are leg day, and then I do it Wednesdays, which today is Wednesday, and Wednesday is a leg day. So it's also the beginning of the week and technically the middle of the week. So I break it up like that. If I could do it every other morning, I would, but the ice doesn't freeze quick enough. Once it's winter and the water's already cold from being in my garage, then I probably could do it. But as of right now, I do not do the cold plunge every single morning, but I do it Sundays and Wednesdays, which I like it because these are my like toughest workouts. So it's nice to just do another thing that sucks, because I'll tell you what, cold plunge sucks. But ain't nothing to it but to do it. So let's not think about it, and let's just do it. All right, here we go. Oh yeah, that's cold. Oh yeah, that's cold. They say the first part is the worst because it takes your breath away. However, I'm used to that because Cassie takes my breath away every time I see her. Love you, babe. It's freaking cold. You can feel it in your bones, and you're chilling. Oh my God, it's freaking cold. That's stupid. Why do you do that? Oh my goodness. Oh. My soul is cold. That's how my bones are cold. My soul is cold. Holy moly. All right, so now that my soul is frozen over, I'm gonna go inside. It is 6:23, so I'm right on schedule. Go inside, take a shower, and then I'm gonna prep my meals along with eat my first meal of the day, which is one of my favorite meals. And then I gotta be super quiet because I'm pretty sure Cassie and Adeline are not awake. So again, I'm gonna go in, shower, change, get ready, prep my meals, eat my breakfast, out the door. Hopefully by 7:10, 7:15. That is the goal. So let's move. So it is currently 7:45, which means my morning routine is officially done. So let's do a recap. So as you can see, I do a lot from the time I wake up to the time I am actually like officially ready to go. Now mind you, I don't have to be on the clock for another 30 minutes. So I have 30 minutes that if I want, I could read more, I could go for a walk, I could sit outside, watch the sunrise, I could kind of chill. And I'd much rather have that than being like stressed about am I late and rushing. I do not like rushing. So chances are you searched this video because you are trying to get into the routine of waking up at 3 a.m. Now mind you, I've pretty much been doing it for 2 years. Have I done it every single day? No. That's another question that a lot of people ask me. They'll ask me, do I do this on weekends? Right now, one of my priorities is recovery, rest and recovery. I work out basically 6 days a week. So Fridays, I try to sleep in a little bit. I used to be against this. I used to say just wake up at 3 o'clock every single day. However, right now I'm not working out 7 days a week. I'm doing 6 days a week. And I make sacrifices not every single day. Now, hear me out. I used to say you gotta wake up at 3 every single day because it becomes easier. And it does, don't get me wrong. If you go to bed at the same time and wake up at the same time every day, it is very easy. However, I realize that if I go to bed every single night at 8:30 and wake up every single morning at 3 o'clock, I kind of miss out on time with my wife and daughter. So what I do is, am I getting 8 hours of sleep every single night? No. I try to get 2 to 3 days a week where I get my 8 hours of sleep. So usually Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I'm waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Fridays, I try to sleep in until about 5:30. I still, however, will wake up, read my daily devotional, read my Bible, and read my personal development. Because if I take out those three, I feel if I take out the working out and then along with those three, like I said, the rest of my day is just kind of shot. So I like to wake up and what I refer to as fortify my mind. So I'll wake up and do personal development. Obviously, I don't have to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning on Fridays to do that. It only takes me about 40 minutes. So I'll usually wake up at about 5:30. So that's about 2.5 hours of sleep I just gained on there. On Saturdays, I usually like to run outside. So right now the sun comes up at 7 o'clock. So on Saturdays, I'll usually wake up at about 5:30, which means I just gained 2.5 hours of sleep. And then on Sundays, I do the same because I want to sleep in with my daughter since Cassie has to go to work. I really only do this routine Monday through Thursday. Because a lot of people have been saying you're not getting enough sleep, and I realize that sleep is just as important as everything else I'm doing. That's why I'm balancing it. However, if you're trying to look at making waking up the easiest for you, then I would say do it consistently every single day. Because if I go 3 days without waking up early, so Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, when I try to wake up Monday sucks, Tuesday sucks, Wednesday sucks, Thursday I get back in the routine, and then I cut it off Friday. So again, I've been doing this for a long time. If you're looking at trying to develop this habit, then I would just do it consistently every single day, no matter if it's a weekend. So I've been hearing a lot of people on social media kind of bash the morning routine, saying that you don't have to do all this in order to have success. Again, this is my personal opinion. I strongly disagree with that. I've read a lot of books on personal development, and I believe your day is set, the tone of your day is set by how you wake up and what you feed your mind as soon as you wake up. So I am a firm believer that you need to have a morning routine. Do you have to do everything I did in the morning routine? Absolutely not. If you go back to my first video, there are some things in this video that are not in that morning routine. And I am constantly adjusting my morning routine. The staples of my morning routine never vary at all. I believe that you got to do some type of personal development in the morning. That's key number one. Whether it's reading, whether it's meditating, whether it's reading the Bible, whatever. You got to do something that you can just, I refer to it as fortify your mind. Before you check your social media, before you check your email, before you allow anything that could knock you off your good mood. Like if you just slept, you wake up, you're feeling good, and then you look at your phone or you check your email and there's something in there that's bad, someone posted something commented on you, you got an email about your business, you got an email from a client, whatever it may be, those can all basically set you on the downward spiral for the rest of your day. So I won't check email, I won't check social media until I fortify my mind. So that's the first pillar when it comes to developing your morning routine. Do some form of personal development. The second pillar that I highly recommend is do something physical. Whether it's cardio, whether it's weight training, whether it's CrossFit, whatever, do something physical. Get the blood going. It's just a good way to get your endorphins and your body warmed up and primed, ready to go. I've said this analogy before, which I've noticed when I was doing my morning runs. During the winter, people will go out and they'll start their car and they'll let it warm up, and they'll let it warm up for about 10 minutes before they get in their car and they make their morning commute. And the reason they do that is because if you don't warm up your car, it could lead to more issues. It could lead to your car breaking down. It could lead to your car not running as long. It could lead to you have to do more maintenance on your car. It's the same with your body. I'm a firm believer that you need to prime your body before you go to work, before you take your kids to school, whatever it is. You gotta warm up the mind and the body. And then the third pillar that I think is key, you have to have a healthy breakfast. Now, if you're into intermittent fasting, that's a little bit different, but I'm a firm believer you should have a good amount of protein, at least like 30 grams of protein, some carbs, and even some fats, especially after you work out, just to get your body ready to go. Again, this whole morning routine is to set you up for a successful day and allow you to attack the day at your peak performance. All right, so before we wrap up this video, I want to talk about what I refer to as stacking wins. So this morning routine is all geared towards setting me up to have a very successful day. Now, if you look at success, the definition of success is the accomplishment of an aim or a purpose. So if you do not have a purpose, or if you are not constantly aiming at something, by definition, you cannot be successful. Now, the average person aims at nothing and they hit it every single time. They don't know what time they're gonna wake up. They don't know if they're eating breakfast. They don't have a goal to get to work at a certain time. They don't have a goal to, and then when they get to work, they don't have a goal for actual work. So they're constantly aiming at nothing, and therefore they're going through life and they're not happy. They're not in good shape. They're not eating healthy. They don't have good relationships. And that is because they're not aiming at anything. Or if they are, they're aiming at something in like one aspect of your life. I'm a firm believer that you need to have balance in all aspects of life. So when it comes to my morning routine, I'm constantly aiming at something. I have multiple goals that I'm trying to hit before I even come into work. Therefore, I have multiple successes before I even start my day, before I even come in contact with someone. I'm not gonna see my first person until 8:30 when first period starts. I woke up at 3. That means I have 5.5 hours of just solitude. And during that solitude, I'm doing a lot of stuff to improve me, not only mentally, but physically. So let's recap. Now, these are all goals that I have during my morning routine. So when you're developing or creating your morning routine, set certain goals of what you would like to accomplish before you go to work. It doesn't have to be a lot of goals, and I think the more you do it, you'll get more addicted to it, and then you might start waking up earlier, and you might start setting more goals, but you need to track your goals. So for instance, let me give you some examples. So 3 a.m. wake up, hit that goal, success. I weigh myself every single morning because that is a goal that's gonna hold me accountable to reaching my fitness goals. So did I weigh myself this morning? Check. Now my daily devotional, that is again, getting me closer to one of my spiritual goals. Did I do that? Yes. My Bible in a year, again, this is geared towards my spiritual goal. I did that. 20 minutes of personal development. This is geared towards my own personal goal, my mindset goal. Did I do that? Yes. Workout, did I do that? Yes, that is geared towards my physical goal. Cardio, did I do that? That is geared towards my physical and my health goal, if you want to say that. Did I stretch? I am very tight as a person. I am getting older in my years. I'm 33, so I need to start incorporating stretching, foam rolling, recovery, because I've been working out 6 days a week, very long time. For a short time, I was actually doing 7 days a week, and I'm getting older and I'm not recovering as quick. So stretching is just as important as my cardio and my workout. Did I stretch? Yes. Ice bath. This is something that I just started to incorporate. Did I do that? Yes, that's geared towards my recovery goals. So if you think about it, I've hit personal goals, I've hit spiritual goals, I've hit physical goals, and I've hit mental goals so far. And then, did I eat my healthy breakfast? Yes. Did I meal prep? Yes. I used to meal prep the night before, but there's something about waking up and prepping your meals prior to going to work. It's just difficult. So when you do it, I feel more joy from doing it and more accomplished than if I do it the night before. However, I just had a conversation with one of my clients. Doing this in the morning could cause resistance. So you want to eliminate as much resistance in the morning if you are trying to establish a morning routine. So if you're one of those people that wake up, like a lot of people, and I used to be like that wake up and don't want to meal prep in the morning because you're like, I don't have time, or you just don't feel like doing it, then eliminate that resistance by doing it the night before. Now I just do it in the morning because I really hate doing it when I get home from work. I'm tired, I don't feel like meal prepping. In the morning, after I built up my mind and got the endorphins going, I feel a little bit more goal oriented. So I realized prepping in the morning, since I'm gonna be making my breakfast anyway, it's not a big deal. But let's look back on how many wins or successes I've had prior to 7:45 in the morning. I've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 goals have been accomplished this morning. 11 wins I've stacked. 11 successes I've had. The feeling I have when I accomplish those 11 things prior to the average person even being awake is very addicting. If we're going back towards chasing pleasure or motivated by pleasure or motivated by the fear of pain, I have a lot of pleasure right now in my morning routine. Therefore, it makes me addicted to wake up at 3 o'clock in order to have these wins and feel what I'm feeling right now. So I know this is a lot to take in, and I know this is a lot for a morning routine. Again, if you are just starting out and trying to start at 3 a.m., first of all, figure out why. If I didn't have to be at work at 8:15, I probably wouldn't wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, to be honest with you. If I had to be at 9, I'd probably just push the ball back 4 o'clock. So I know a lot of people, when they see the 3 a.m., they're like, that's crazy. It's because it's my day. Like I said, if you go to work at 10 in the morning, then I don't think you have to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning. If you go to work earlier than me, then you might have to be even crazier than me and wake up earlier. I hope you can take the key points of this, develop your own morning routine, and don't get lost in, like, I guess you could say, the amount of things I've done. I would challenge you to just try to pick like 3 things you want to start incorporating in your morning routine and start stacking those wins. Once you do that, then maybe add a 4th, maybe add a 5th, maybe add a 6th, whatever area you're trying to improve in all areas of your life, whether it be physical, spiritual, relationship, financial. You could try to knock out some of those areas within your morning routine. That is my goal. Since I wake up at 3, I obviously can't knock out my relationship goals. But at the same time, I could see it as, by me doing this, it allows me, when I come home from work, to work on my relationship with my wife, work on my relationship with my daughter. If I don't wake up at 3 a.m., it could affect my relationship. So you gotta step back and you gotta analyze all aspects of your life, and that's what it really comes down to when it comes to developing your morning routine. But like I said, I hope this video helped you guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate it if you guys give it a thumbs up. It helps the channel grow. My first 3 a.m. video hit 40,000 likes or 40,000 views, so I'm hoping that I could increase that. Maybe we could hit 50,000 views on this. So if you know someone that's trying to wake up early, share the video with them. And if you guys have any questions or anything that I did not cover in this video, just comment below and I will get back to you. I read all my comments and respond to all my comments. And I really like helping people out, especially when it comes to their morning routine, just because this is something that I truly believe sets the tone for the rest of your day. So hope you guys have a great day. You guys already know the motto here: stay happy, stay healthy, and above all, don't be average. Now go wake up early.